Hey everyone, Mrs. Johnson here, and in this video I'm going to walk you through the basics for navigating Schoology. The first thing I'll do is log into my page. Now before I get too far in depth, one thing that I want to point out to you is that I'm added into Schoology obviously as a teacher. And so there might be some things that you see on my view that might look different than yours, and that's okay. If, though, you have some concerns about maybe something being missing that you feel should be there, feel free to contact your teachers, and your teachers will help you get the support that you need. So now that I'm logged into my Schoology page, the first thing that I see is just my recent activity log. And this is simply where you're going to see all of your teachers' updates, announcements, and posts that they've made regarding your classes. Next, I wanted to walk you through the different tabs and icons that are listed at the top of your Schoology page. The first one that I'll start with is your courses. When I select this button, it's going to give me a drop-down menu of all of the classes that I'm currently enrolled in. Off to the right-hand side, you'll see a button that says My Courses. You only really need to use this button if you want to reorder your classes as they're listed, or if you need to join a course. So to show you that process, I'm going to select my courses. And then as you can see here, I have a button that says Reorder Courses. So if you didn't like how your courses were listed or organized in that drop-down menu, you can change that here. So as you can see, when I select Reorder Courses, it allows me to drag and drop my classes to fit the way that I want to see them. I also have the opportunity to join a course, and so I'm not really sure if that will be something that you need to use this school year, but just in case you do, that's how you can find that button. Next, we have the groups feature. Now, this all comes down to our administrative access, and so we may or may not have access to groups, but if we do have access to them, this is just a way for us to connect with people outside of the Pequot Lakes high school or middle school domain. And so it's a great way to connect with other local teachers or classmates worldwide. Next, we have resources. Now, your resources is actually a personalized folder or a personalized library where you can keep your documents in a safe place. I will tell you and strongly encourage you to constantly add resources and assignments that you've created in the past to your resources library. That way, if for whatever reason technology fails, you have your resources saved in a safe spot, and so they won't go away. The next icon that's available to you is the search bar. In this search bar, you can actually search for specific courses, or you can look up assignments, which is really nice. So if you have forgotten which folder a specific assignment is listed, you can just type in the title of the assignment if you remember what it's called, and it should bring it up for you. And that way you can click on it and it will bring you straight to the assignment that you're looking for. So the search bar is a really, really nice feature to use. Next, we have the App Center. And again, our ability to use the App Center all comes down to administrative access. And so your teachers might add different apps to use depending on the class you're taking. I don't currently have any apps that I want my students to use so far, and so I don't have any apps added. But if your teacher is going to use apps like news apps or Quizlet, those apps will be listed there. The next icon shows a calendar. And your calendar is going to list all of the upcoming assignments and events that you have. One thing that's nice is assignments and events that your teachers have added will be added straight to your calendar, but this is also a space that you can personalize as well. So if you have a personal event or a specific due date that you want to add, you simply click on the date that you want to add an event for. You would title your event, provide a description if you need to, and then you can select Create. If you want to change the view of your calendar, you can do so in the upper right-hand corner by selecting Week and Day. This next icon represents your message center. One thing that's really nice about Schoology is now you can actually message your teachers straight within Schoology without having to go to your Gmail account. So if you need to do so, you can select New Message, you type who your message is going to, the teacher's name will pop up, and you can type your subject and your message to your teacher. If you have messages sent to you from a teacher, you'll see a notification right above this envelope icon. Next, I'll show you the notification center. So anytime a teacher updates the gradebook, anytime a teacher gives an announcement or posts an update, you'll receive a notification so that you can stay in the loop. One thing that's nice about this particular feature is you can actually click on the links that the notification provides, and it will bring you straight into the resource that pertains or relates to the notification. The next thing that I want to show you before I go into a specific class is how to set up your portfolio or your profile. So I've selected the drop-down arrow right next to my name, and one of my options is Your Profile. When you select Your Profile, you will be brought to a space where you can edit information about yourself. So you can use this feature or not. The important feature that I wanted to point out to you is your profile picture. Now, as we know, one of the things that's going to be different about this school year is we're not always going to see our core teachers or even our elective teachers every single day. And as you know, it can be really hard to get to know somebody if you don't get to see them every day. However, something that helps make those connections is having a picture to go with the name. So I would strongly encourage each and every one of you to add some sort of selfie or profile picture that shows your face. That way, you're going to help your teachers remember your face that's connected to your name. It just really helps teachers make connections with students. So again, I would strongly encourage using a selfie for your profile picture. Now, before I conclude this video, I just wanted to show you what going inside a class will look like. So to get inside of a class, I'm going to select Courses. And for this video, I'm going to go into an example class called CATS 101. So now that I've selected the course that I wanted to go into, you're going to see materials posted straight away. So this is the initial view for you. Now, as you go into your different teachers' classes, you will notice some similarities and some differences. One thing that will be consistent across the board for all of your classes is every class will have an information folder. And inside your information folder, you're going to find teacher information page. You'll see information about our class, the class syllabus. You'll find a frequently asked questions page. And then there also should be a spot to post questions that maybe weren't answered in the FRQ page. So again, this folder, this information folder, will be pretty consistent across the board. As you scroll though, you might find that each teacher will post units a little bit differently. Now, some people might say, oh man, I wish that all teachers would do it the same, but one bit of encouragement that I'm going to give you is that for every year that you've been in school, you've been in different teachers' classrooms, and every teacher teaches differently. As you know, we learn to adapt to different teachers' teaching styles. And so as you navigate Schoology, you'll become very familiar with how specific teachers will use Schoology for their classroom. It's all about learning to adapt and asking questions if you don't understand how a teacher has posted something on Schoology. Last thing that I wanted to show you are the two different bars on each side of your materials slide. So on your right-hand side, you will notice that you have an upcoming list. So this list is going to be related to any due dates that your teacher has posted. This is a great way for you to stay organized and for you to remember exactly what you have due. On the left-hand side, there's a few features that are important for you to know as well. So like I mentioned initially, your materials is where all of your teacher's resources will be posted. Below that is updates. So if you select updates, you will find all of the announcements that your teacher has made related to the specific class that you're in. You'll also have the opportunity to check your grades. As you can see, my Q1 grades are listed. To see specific assignments, I have to use that drop-down folder. And right now, the only thing that's been assessed is my assessments. So as you can see, my Grumpy Cat review was graded and I did really well and I got 100%. And then one more feature that I wanted to show you within your grades is if you notice this little icon here, that represents a rubric. So if your teacher has used a rubric to assess your work, you can click on that icon and it's going to show you the different squares that your teacher selected as they were assessing your work. So keep in mind that it's important to look at your rubrics if your teacher uses them to understand why you got the score that you got. And lastly, you will also have a members button as well. So this will show you all the different students that are listed in your classroom, just in case you wanted to know who you can reach out to if you have other questions that you don't feel like going to the teacher with. So again, in this video, I just talked to you a little bit about the basics of navigating Schoology. If you have any questions about anything that I've talked to you about in this video, please don't hesitate to reach out to your teachers, or as always, you can reach out to me as well. Thanks for watching, everyone.